Hi, this is John Lewis. Hi, it's good to be coming to you today. Shabbat Shalom. It is Saturday here, the Sabbath here. And this is a new show. I'm not for sure how long we will be doing this new program. We're going to be dealing specifically with astrology, For the last maybe month and a half, close to 2 months, I've been doing some astrology. I've been doing some individual consulting, and it's been very powerful. I'm going to give you an opportunity to find out how you can get involved with that also, in case you've never had a natal chart done, never had a reading done or anything like that. I deal with more so the area of astral psychology. I think that's what you would kind of like call it. I deal with that, but I also deal with progression, past life. I read the chart, the esoteric and the literal side, Western, throw in some Vedic, as well as Arabic or Chinese, and just get a much more detailed interpretations of what the heavens are saying about you. I deal with the transits and, as I said, the progressions, romance, finance, health, all of that. And so at the end of this broadcast, we'll show you how you can get involved with that in case you want to get on the list. Warning, we may not get to you till like early part of next year because we have a lot of people like on the waiting list, and it's been very powerful and very inspiring being able to do these readings for people and to walk through their houses and give direction, inspiration, and revelation and all of that for the next year and years to come, and just to see the detailed information that is revealed through that. However, today, what I'm going to do is really just a little program regarding this full moon that we have in Gemini as of today. Full moon in Gemini. Now, we've been talking about this in our class, Rising Mystics. Some of you may know about that. We have a free online class, Rising Mystics. We started out with a kind of like a donation. Those that wanted to be a part of it. It's very international. And we meet every Monday evening at around 7 o'clock. That's Mountain Standard Time. There will be 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, okay, USA, right? And so we have people from all over various parts of Europe, throughout the continent of Africa, South America, Asia, that get to come on or get to listen to the recording later. It's very powerful. We deal with a lot of deep esoteric issues, as well as astrology, divine astrology, and Mazzaroth, and predictions, and all of that stuff. You know, all that is an extension of Age to Age Ministries, atam.org. That's been online, had a presence online for many years, where we deal with astrology and we make predictions and prophecies regarding things that's going to happen every year with a very, very high success rate of accuracy and telling when things will be taking place. And so today, what I'm going to be doing here is basically sharing some insight into what is happening with this full moon in Gemini, the last full moon of the year of the Gregorian calendar, and just give you some insight into what's going to be going on into next year and over the next several months. Now, for me, it's been a very, very interesting time because I feel that I've been able to see some things that's going to be happening in this country here that maybe concerns us. And we know that major events in this country of the United States, it affects the whole world. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my chart with you that I have I've cast a chart for this day for 9:36 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, to show you where the planets will be, because that's when the moon will reach its peak and be full in Gemini. Just give me a second here as I screen share this with you. Hopefully we won't have any problems with this. Okay, I believe that you can see that chart here that I am screen sharing with you. And this is exactly what the heavens would look like tonight, as you see, at 9:36 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, you can figure out what time it's going to be where you are, where the full moon would be in Gemini. And so what I'm going to do is kind of like go through this chart that I've cast here and show you what the heavens are doing and what they're saying. I won't go through all of the houses and all the planets and stuff, because I want to specifically deal with this full moon that is happening in Gemini, 27 degrees of Capricorn. So you can learn something here. Let me find the moon. Here's the moon here. So this is where it would be tonight. I was able to progress this to tonight at 27 degrees of Gemini here, and it's happening in this house here. Okay, so this is very important here, I feel, because of some of the other aspects that is happening here, and which we're going to talk about here. Now, the full moon, it represents, is a time where everything comes to light. It's a time of like exposure of things. We had a solar eclipse on, I believe it was November the 4th. And so usually the full moon that follows that, it really just sets the stage for things that's going to be happening maybe like over the next 4 to 5 months. And so that's what I'm going to be kind of hinting at and talking about in this reading here of what is happening on the planet here with this wonderful, beautiful full moon. We were out last night and saw it was almost full, and it was just beautiful. And so the full moon is about bringing exposure to things. And I'm going to show you here that it's 27 degrees of Gemini where this is happening, which is very important if you understand that Gemini is ruled by Mercury here, this planet here, which is the god of communication, media, and stuff. And so what we're seeing here is that with this full moon that is taking place at 27 degrees of Gemini here, that there's about to be, and this is a prediction of mine, there's about to be a lot of exposure over the next, say, 4 months regarding the media and stuff. You're going to see a lot of things that's going to come to light, a lot of things are going to come to surface and stuff. Matter of fact, you might see head rolls, you might see people resigning, you might see things of that sort, but there's going to be a whole lot of exposure. But it's not just only for that. This full moon is kind of like a stamp at the end of this Gregorian calendar year where everything has come to the full. Everything has come to the full of all the things that's been happening throughout this year. And so now we're going to get a chance to like reset, because it's going to just set things into a place where they can just manifest. Now, if you know anything about the scripture, for those of you that do read the Bible and stuff, the Psalms 19 says this, that the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows forth his handiworks. Day unto day utters knowledge. And so what we're doing is interpreting this light language of the heavens that is out there and showing you what it really represents and what it means here. Okay, so the full moon that is happening here is going to bring about a lot of exposure and stuff. And you see that this is happening right here in Gemini. As I said, Gemini would represent like this third house here, the place of communication. So we're going to see a lot of things begin to shake up and be exposed in the area of communications. We're going to see a lot of things happening in the area of media and stuff over the next, say, 4 months and stuff. And this is just setting it off just tonight of what is going to be happening. It's going to be good because we need it, because as you see the way that the media is basically have brainwashed of the media of this nation specifically, but the world. And so they have become the media, they have become the prophets or the medium that is conjuring up death and destruction and negativity and all of this constantly. You are bombarded with and overdosed with all kinds of things to scare you and to control you. But something is about to happen that's going to begin to turn that around, and you're going to see this played out over the next, say, 4 months in the media. I'm just keep emphasizing that. But not only that, we're going to just go back here, and you see like directly across here, you see there's the sun. The sun is here at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay, and this is regarding like tropical Western astrology that we're dealing with today. So we have that the sun is directly across from the moon. The moon is 27 degrees in Gemini, and the sun is 27 degrees in Sagittarius. And so you have a direct alignment here. This is very powerful because right in the center, this will be what is called galactic center. And so whenever you have an alignment just like this, it is very powerful. So despite all the negativity that is happening in the world and the evil things that's happening, I don't have to talk about it. I think most of you that know me or follow this ministry here know what we're talking about here. Despite all the fear mongering, the death and the various things, the Omicron and variants and all of that, there is something that is happening in galactic center here that we are drawing from. There is an alignment. And so I am here to just encourage you to align yourself with the heavens and to begin to draw from these super forces that are there at Galactic Center, where I call it like the mainframe of the Most High, and where wonderful things are happening. This energy that is being released into the earth at this time to combat all the negativity and the powers that think they be, that are ruling and controlling and exerting authority over humanity. And so I'm not saying that you're going to see all at once a sudden change in the outer dimension here, but a change is happening within a people. A change is happening within you as you align yourself with this, because the heavens are declaring, the heavens are prophesying, and you have this galactic center here. And he says, align with me, align with the heavens. Don't align yourself with all of the false evidence appearing real. Don't align yourself with all of the miscommunication, the purposely miscommunication and false facts and things that are out there that are creating so much depression and things for people in that outer realm. But align yourself with me. Now, as we go through this here, you know, I'm going to just touch on something here that as this full moon is in Gemini, before it got here, it crossed over Taurus. And so Taurus, and it crossed over a fixed star that is in the subconstellation of Orion. Now, Orion is the mighty hunter. He is the mighty hunter that is out there in the heavens and stuff. And I'm bringing this out, and those of you that are part of the Rising Mystic Institute and stuff know that, like, since the past summer, I've been warning about this season, specific season around the middle, of December. Let me have a drink. Talk a whole lot so my voice goes out. And so regarding this nation here, and regarding the president of this nation here, and so what I'm seeing is that that we're about to see something happen. We're about to see something happen, possibly with the leadership here, because as the moon went across from Taurus to come into Gemini, so if it crossed over a fixed star that is called Bellatrix. Now, Bellatrix, it means like female warrior. It means female warrior, female soldier. And so it's a fixed star there. It was also in mythology, it was like the Amazon warrior. And so, and what this is saying is that this full moon here is kind of touching off and setting the stage for a female leader to rise to the scene, where a male leader will have to submit, or will have to, I should say, the power, there will be a transfer of power because of Bellatrix and what the heavens were saying there. And we've been talking about this kind of like in codes, well, even in our private classes, just specifically. And I'll just say this here in this public forum today, pray for your president. You can pray for your president of the US and stuff. And as I've told people, that if he lasts till, say, April of this year, you know, he'll probably last the rest of 2022. But I see something major happening in the leadership with this moon, this full moon in Gemini, and with this opposition, or with this conjunct, rather, alignment that is taking place here. And I'm going to show you something else that I saw as I was reading this map of the heavens here. Here in the fourth house here, which would represent the house of Cancer. Okay, if we were looking at the houses here, you see that in this fourth house, which is in opposition or alignment with the North Node here, which is also in Gemini, you see that there is Mars. There, Mars is 4 degrees of Sagittarius here. Now, the fourth house of Cancer, if I'm doing astrology for the nation, that would represent the nation of the US, okay? Because that is our zodiac sign. Just as people have zodiac signs that they're born under, nations have signs that they were born under. So the US is was birthed under the sign of Cancer. This is why we have like the 4th of July, Independence Day, and all of that. And so we have here in this fourth house, which would represent that you have Mars there, and Mars it represents warfare, aggression. This here, and with it being in the position that it is now, what the heavens are saying to me, that there is a big chance, especially when you have Scorpio right on the cusp of it, the zodiac sign that represents death and transformation, rebirth, and all of that. What I'm seeing here in this is that there's something that could come up with the leadership of this nation here. And Mars shows me could be accident, or it could be some violence or something that is there that could happen. And I would say to you that probably within the next 4 months, this thing will be played out. And if things move the way the heavens are seemingly to say to me, that within the next, say, 4 months or so, you might have a transfer of power. I'll say it again. Okay, based on the heavens and the positioning, and with moon crossing over Bellatrix and into Gemini, and then we have this direct alignment across galactic center, and you have Mars in the fourth house, which represent a warrior, and Bellatrix is a warrior star that the moon crossed over to get into Gemini to become the full moon. And you see Mars here at 4 degrees of Sagittarius, and you see again here Scorpio right on the cusp. And so we have that, from my understanding and what I'm able to perceive from this, is that there could be some really interesting things happen with the leadership of this country and people in leadership. Now, I'll go as far as to say is that this will not only just represent for this country here, but you are about to see some transfer of power, whether it is political power or corporation power, business power, or whatever. You're about to see some transfer of power where women will just really come to a prominent position, especially over the next 4 months. You'll see things begin to happen like this in various countries, throughout this country, in various aspects, industries, of government, or political stuff, or business, or things like that. But specifically, since I see this in the fourth house, I see that this is telling me that something could happen with the head of state of this country here, and with the moon crossing over Bellatrix, which means a female warrior rising and stuff. It would say to me that there could be, within the next, say, 4 months or so, something happen where there would be a transfer of power to a female leader. Yes. All right. So now we've been talking about that for some months now, since actually we started talking about it last year, right after the election. But this year we've been talking about it in class, and I've been looking at this time of the year as something possibly happening. Now, the way that we know the media is, we don't really always get the full story and stuff, and we get the back end of it. We get the maybe tidbits like over the weeks or months later. But I want you to notice this season, this time, the middle of December, that whatever happens, it will be able to be traced back to this full moon, because the heavens don't lie. All right. Now, just to move on here and to show you this Mars that is in the fourth house is showing me again that there are a lot of people in this country, because the fourth house will represent Cancer here, are angry. A lot of people are upset, and they have a reason to be, and that you're about to see some more uprising. You're about to see an increase of these things happening in this country, and as well as around the world, because people don't really like what is happening, and the things that are being put into place for more control. They don't like the mandates and all of these other things like that. So Mars is showing me that things are about to really, really just get stirred up, and is right on the cusp of Scorpio is on the cusp of this house that is empowering this and creating a lot of this. Now, if you will look at this personally, what the Spirit will be saying to you is basically keep yourself calm. Draw from galactic center within the center of your being, the Christ within you. Draw from that in the midst of all of this that is happening in the outer world, the things that's going to be shaking up in the media over the next, say, 4 months, and things of that sort. All of the exposure that's going to be taking place and stuff. Keep yourself in the peace of the Most High God while these things are happening. And in your personal lives and stuff like that, watch out for that Martian influence and that aggression and that frustration, and just try to maybe be the bigger person in situations, and maybe humble yourself, or maybe just be quiet there. Now, look at this here. You see, this is the North Node here, and this North Node, the South Node, which is not on this chart here, would represent like your past. It represents karma and stuff, and so we see that this is happening happening that this nation here is in a position now where we are about to reap a lot of like karmic debt is about to happen. What goes around comes around, and we have a whole lot that's going to be coming back because the heavens are speaking this here, and it's going to come back fast. So I can say to you that the country that you see today, the nation that you see today, this wonderful great nation and stuff like that, you're about to see some greater changes. You thought that what happened with the pandemic and other things was like that. You're about to see things really, really just fall into place after this full moon, because it's going to set things in place for the next 4 months, and then you will see different other stages of things happening as a result of that. And so this is representing the karmic cycle in debt that is coming to this nation for the many other things that has happened and stuff, and we need that because, we know that universal law says that, what goes around comes around, or whatsoever man sows, that shall he also reap. And it is for our good, it's for our development, it's for our growth, so that we can manifest and be that light of the world, that beacon and all of that. And so with the karmic, debt and stuff, it is the positive and the negative. But if the negative somehow outweighs the positive, things must be brought into balance, because a false balance is an abomination, but a just weight is his delight. We know the scripture says that. So we see that they're in the fourth house. And so it's showing that, for me, it's showing that accidents or some type of aggression, some type of violence or something that will be directed toward the leadership and stuff. However, the media may come out with some other story, but that's what it will be. And we can see that over the next, say, 4 months or so, okay, April, 4 or 5 months or so, that this will be played out and some things will be happening. And most likely, there will be, most likely, I'm just going to say there could be a change. There could be a change of power. And so we'll have to really just pay attention to that and stuff. And we know that prayer can change things and stuff, or can delay things and stuff. But this looks very interesting here. Now, we have this moon. Again, as I say, it is in Mercury, it is exposing things. But let's go down here, and we see where the sun is at, and we see the moon as in Gemini, rather, which is ruled by Mercury. And so we see the sun and we see Mercury here. And so again, this is to me saying that the media and the communications and all of that, the light is about to come to that and expose a lot of things. Now, on the positive side, we see a lot of things happening, like with maybe metaverse and other stuff like that taking place. But I'm looking at just some of the other things that I'm seeing in this that is taking place here. Now, let's go here, and I'm not going to go through all of these, I don't think. We see that in this fifth house here we are also where Venus will go retrograde to tomorrow, the 19th, I believe it's tomorrow. Yeah, Venus will go retrograde, and it's going to go retrograde in Capricorn. You see, this is the symbol of Capricorn here. And we know that Venus represents love and beauty and wonderful things and relationships and all of that. Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, the second house, the house of finance and stuff, the house of properties and things of that sort, right? And it's also ruling planet of like the I believe it's the sixth house, okay, here. And but so what the heavens are basically saying to us here is that things are about to change in the financial world. Things are about to change in the corporate world, the banking system, and everything, as Venus goes direct here. And Venus is conjunct with Pluto. Venus is conjunct with Pluto. It's a very close conjunct there. And Pluto is going to just turn things upside down. It's going to uncover things. It's going to transform things. So you're about to see your banking system. You're about to see your financial world and everything come to a place of the next level of transformation. And this next level of transformation of things with the central banks and stuff like that, it's going to move rather fast. It's going to move rather fast. And so I think all of you are probably aware of digital currency and stuff like that. And so you're going to see that really coming in. So everything about the banking industry and finances and the corporate world and all of that you've known, upheaval is coming to that, and transformation is happening. The next level is happening. And because Venus is going to be retrograde in that, and it's going to be affecting that whole world. And so what Spirit would say to you is just don't get so tied up into that system. Because Capricorn, that is ruled by Capricorn, the house of Capricorn, and the ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn, and Saturn is going to be restricting things, and plus you got Venus going backwards, retrograding from that, and so everything will be changing and stuff, and so your main trust and everything should be in Spirit and the Most High God, and invest in the things that He leads you to invest in, and because as this system continues to crumble and fall, there is another system that is rising. Just to remind you again, galactic center. So it doesn't matter how bad things appear in the outer dimension. If you are in alignment with galactic center, the Christ center that's within you, you're going to be fine. You're going to do well. You're going to be all right. And so, but we see this happening in Capricorn, and we see this also affecting like the food industry and stuff. We see also the coming food shortages, and we're already seeing like the food lines and the food bank lines and stuff, all over the nation. So things with this full moon that is happening tonight, and with also Venus that is going retrograde tonight, and Venus will be retrograde until around the 29th, I believe it is, of January and stuff. You're going to see things really move forward faster that way as Venus goes retrograde. And what that means is that there are going to be events happening and stuff that's going to make it harder possibly to get food and supplies to stores. This could be due to storms coming, Now, Venus, as I said, rules the second house, which is the house of finances, which would represent Taurus and stuff. And so what I'm seeing in this, I'm seeing just like we've seen already over the past week, some just bizarre storms and stuff take place in this country here with tornadoes and stuff. But there's going to be an increase of that. You're just right on the cusp of just seeing an increase of that. And that's going to go on. It's going to intensify right until like say February and things of that sort. Okay. And right around early part of February, that is intensified until Venus began to go stationary direct again. And so you're going to see out of just out of the norm type of weather patterns on the planet taking place and causing massive destruction. And I believe that it will be creating problems for food supplies to get to places. That's going to become more stress on the cities and stuff, and that will eventually lead to more food shortages in the months to come in 2022. All right, and so let's just go a little bit further here. Now we have let me just go back here to this sixth house here for a moment here, which also controls like health. This controls health and careers and stuff. So back to just this one more moment here. Don't want to lose that thought in that is happening in Capricorn there. And so well, we know about the mandates and various things like that. So this is only confirming that things will progressively get worse in that arena there. Okay, where things are happening in that whole system. Pluto is there just conjunct with Venus, and it's going to be turning that system upside down, the whole system upside down. And so you, as especially a spiritual person or believer and stuff, you're learning to trust the Most High God, trust your instinct, trust the universe, whatever you want to call it, trust Jesus, trust the power of God within you to be your supply, because everything in that whole system is being turned upside down now. And then also, as I said, that the sixth house represents like health. And so we're going to see, they're already putting it out there and stuff, you're going to see them possibly exaggerate things, but you will see some things happening in increase of negative stuff and things affecting people, physical health. Plus you got Saturn just sitting up there in the 6th house there. That's, that is kind of like a malefic planet there, and along with Pluto that is considered like a malefic planet there. And so affecting people's health and things like that. So is your responsibility to be responsible for your body, do the research and do the things that you need to do so that you can be well, so that you can be whole. And we go to the 7th house here, and you see that that Jupiter is right here, and it's basically like a T-square with galactic center and with what is happening here. Okay, and so it's very powerful because it is there. It's 28 degrees of like Aquarius. My screen is a little far from me here. So it's 28 degrees of Aquarius. And so Jupiter is a very positive sign here. But when you see Jupiter is kind of like expanded and blowing everything up, making it bigger. And there it is in Aquarius and stuff. And for me, I'm looking at the weather patterns and things of that sort. And so it is again showing me that there's going to be a lot of things exaggerated, a lot of just out of the norm weather patterns taking place over this winter that we're coming into, and areas where you wouldn't normally see, I guess, hurricanes or typhoons or tornadoes and stuff, you will see these things happen, extreme winds and stuff, because the ruling element, well, Aquarius is a wind sign here. Okay, and it's a wind sign here. Okay, and just to go a little bit further here, now you have just it's kind of confirming for me this. You have Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces. That's a water sign. And so what I'm looking at and seeing here is just a lot of like irregular weather situations happening in this country and around the world. And I'm seeing like some major water events, which means floodings, extreme rain, like extreme snow and melting of snow and things of that sort. And, I had told my kids back in the summer, we live in Phoenix, and I had this dream. I says, I see snow in Phoenix. We're in the desert, right? I says, I think this winter there's going to be snow here. I went out this morning and the ground is covered with frost, and I took pictures of it so they could see it, right? But we're going to see some really kind of extreme weather. It is going to come in the form of a lot of moisture, a lot of rain or a lot of snow and things of that sort here. Okay, now again, we see in this 8th house, see the 8th house is the house that is the house of transformation, death, sex, and all of that stuff. And when we have like this Neptune here, that's 20 degrees of Pisces, and what we see that is going to be happening within the media, there's going to be some exposure of sexual situations. Okay, so you can watch that and you can mark it. You'll see a lot of that increasing. You'll see uncovering of more of these like sex trafficking rings. You're going to find people that are in power that are a part of these things. And all of this, the full moon in Gemini is going to be exposing. That is one of the reasons that it is there. And you see this connection here with this trine that is there, that is happening. And so there's going to be a lot of exposure of things happening in that arena there. All right, I don't want to really keep you long. I think I've covered about everything. I dealt with the Pluto and Venus conjunct that is happening, and Venus retrograde. And let's see, those of you that are in relationships, okay, all right, you might want to tighten everything up, because this could be a time where your relationship might be challenged more. Also, I see with this Venus going retrograde, I see like it could be a time where like people that were once in your life before coming back into your life. And so you want to watch that, especially those of you that had some really negative people in your lives and stuff. And so you want to watch that, because doing this retrograde, it's basically saying like a revisiting maybe of some other experiences and some of those cycles and some of those relationships you don't want to revisit. You've been set free from that and you've healed from that. So, go on and just be healed and see things things for what they are, unless there is really something resonating within you that's saying that you need to that person in your life at that level again. Otherwise, you'll be repeating some cycle that has been broken, that you have already gone through some time ago, and you'll find yourself in that thing again. Also, for those of you that are in relationships, you might want to really just go the extra mile, because there are so many forces around us and within us many times, and you have the media and all of this other stuff that is out there that promotes, all kinds of, promiscuity and people cheating and all kinds of things like that. So you really want to just focus on your relationship, make it strong, make it tight, be committed to that, and go the extra mile during this time, so that you will not yield to temptations, because Venus is there and she will be retrograde, and she will be bringing some restrictions. That energy will be there, which means that the manifestations of emotions and stuff like that that you would normally see, you may not feel like, doing certain things. Do it anyway. All right. Well, I just thank you for your time today, and I hope this has helped you, and look out for these things. And so we're going to possibly try to do something like this from time to time, and give you kind of like an update on what is happening in the world based on the movements of the heavens. And those of you that have followed our ministry over the years, you know that we are very profound at this at the beginning of each year and sometime throughout the year, of showing you what the heavens are saying, and telling you specifically what's going to be happening in the nations. For example, if you go to atam.org and you look up, say, articles that we did at the beginning of January, and you can follow it and see, just line upon line, the connection there and the things that are happening, that are manifesting. We haven't even gotten a chance to fully go back and to add on the news articles that were predicted, prophesied, that would be happening throughout the year yet, because so many things are happening. So now, again, if you are interested in getting a personal astrological reading, natal chart reading, especially by a spirit-filled man of God, prophet of God, mystic and stuff, you can contact us at risingmystics, okay, at gmail.com. That's risingmystics at gmail.com, and put in the subject line request natal chart reading. But keep in mind that we may not get to you. We probably won't get to you till sometime early part of next year. And then we will set a scheduled meeting to let you know what you need to do so that you can get your reading. And the readings that I do, they last for, I'm trying to cut it down some, hour and a half or more, up to 2 hours or so, because I'm very in-depth, I'm very detailed, and I go throughout each house that's a part of your chart, and I deal a whole lot with the past, and help you to connect the dots so that you can come to your, and to manifest the highest version of yourself. And so again, you can find us at risingmystics.com. You can find us at atam.org. You can email us, and that should be at the end of this thing, or in the subject, or the box below, at risingmystics@gmail.com. If you want to donate to our ministry and what we're doing, you can also donate. There'll be information at the bottom there. Just check it out. Also, if you want to get these programs that we're doing, just hit the button, and so that you will get it, and so that you'll be a part of it. And so bless you. Have a great season, and we will see you next time.